Head out on vacation with just a small-sized suitcase. Easily navigate crowded train stations. After you've done a little shopping, expand to a medium suitcase. And after you've done even more shopping, souvenirs, gifts for people back home, expand to a large checked suitcase. In this video, I'm reviewing the VELO 3-in-1 hard-side expandable suitcase. I'm excited to share this suitcase with you because I think it's an amazing option for Japan travel. A common theme on our recent Japan trips is coming home with way more than what we originally packed. This suitcase starts off at a small size and you can expand it to medium or large, allowing you to pack and bring home your souvenirs. Thank you to VELO for sponsoring this video and sending us this suitcase. I'm going to demonstrate how it works and share my thoughts on it, both good and bad. The telescopic handle is easy to operate. Simply push down on the button and lift it up. There's this first setting, another setting here, and a taller one here, and one more there. Before you expand the VELO suitcase for the first time, make sure you open it up. Inside are these divider boards, and if they're adjusted too tight, it'll prevent you from being able to expand the suitcase. So I suggest just clipping them out to remove them the first time. Also make sure to remove any desiccant packs. The first time we tried adjusting it, we missed that there was a second desiccant pack in there, and it got stuck between the two sections of the suitcase, and then the little beads went everywhere. So just make sure you've fully emptied out your suitcase first. Now, each and every time that you want to expand the VELO suitcase, the first step is to lock the zipper pulls in place into the TSA lock. They have a unique shape here. They're a little bit different than regular zipper pulls, but it allows for this expandability. Step 2, press the button on top of the handle to raise the handle up. Now, whenever you want to expand it, you need to be lifting up on the handle so you can actually lift up the suitcase off the ground. Next, push down the button that's right underneath the handle. And then when you think it's gotten to the next size, give it a good firm shake. Sometimes you have to be a little rough on it just to make sure that it locks into place. So I can see this is now locked into the medium setting. Now to go to the large setting, again, I need to lift up on the handle, push down on the button that's down beneath the handle, let the suitcase get a bit longer, and then shake. Okay, I heard it lock in there. To make it smaller, again, lift up on the handle, push down on the button, push down on the suitcase. I can feel it kind of click in there, so I'm gonna shake. I've got it on medium setting. So on this setting, I would put it at a taller handle height. This is plenty tall enough for me. Then to move it down again, lift up, push button, push it down, shake. Okay, and then I can make the handle even taller again so that it's comfortable on this small size. When it's empty, this suitcase weighs 10.3 pounds, which is 4.7 kilograms. That's heavy for a carry-on suitcase, but it's around average for a large checked size suitcase. This innovative suitcase can be used at 3 different size settings: small, medium, and large. The small size setting holds 40 liters and is listed as being 18.5 inches tall, 15.5 inches wide, and 10.6 inches deep. I have my trusty tape measure that I travel everywhere with. Let me see if it looks the same to me. Yeah, I'm seeing about 18.5. Across the top here, it looks like 15, but if you were to include the TSA lock on the side, then yeah, it's about 15.5. And then the depth here, yeah, I'm seeing a bit over 10, so I think the 10.6 is about accurate on that as well. The smallest size is advertised for use as a carry-on. However, whether you can actually take it on board as a carry-on is going to depend upon the specific airline you fly with, since each airline can have their own size and sometimes also weight restrictions for carry-on bags. For example, United Airlines allows carry-on bags that are 22 inches by 14 inches by 9 inches, which means that both the width and the depth of this suitcase are a little bit bigger than the size allowed by United Airlines. Japan Airlines allows carry-on bags up to 22 inches by 16 inches by 10 inches, so that is very close to the dimensions of this bag, with only the depth being a little bit over by 0.6 inches. So chances are the size of this would be fine on Japan Airlines, but keep in mind they also do have a weight restriction of 10 kilograms per bag, which is 22 pounds. So for a carry-on that already weighs 10 pounds, that would only leave you being able to pack 12 more pounds inside. Depending upon which airline you fly and whether or not they measure or weigh your bag at the airport, you may or may not be able to bring this on board with you as a carry-on. So just a heads up, even at the smallest size, you may need to check in this bag. Both the medium and large sizes definitely are checked bags. When expanding this suitcase, the width stays the same at 15.5 inches and the depth stays the same at 10.6 inches. The only measurement that's going to change is the height of the suitcase. The medium setting holds 56 liters and is 23.6 inches tall. The largest setting holds 72 liters and is 28.3 inches tall. And if you're planning to ride on Shinkansen bullet trains, even at the largest size, this would be fine to bring on board a bullet train. It does not count as oversized luggage. Now let's talk about my favorite features of this suitcase. Of course, first and foremost is the fact that it's expandable. When you go from the small setting up to the largest setting, it allows me to pack in an additional 32 liters, which is awesome. It also has really good wheels on it. My husband noticed that right away when he was wheeling it through the airport, that the wheels work better than any of our other suitcases. It's compact for both shipping and storage. If you live in a small apartment, it won't take up too much room when you're storing it. The nice compact size and dimensions are also great when you're going on local trains in Japan. You don't have to worry about it blocking the aisle or taking up too much room. It can fit nicely in that little space near the door on the train where there's kind of a wall. You can just snug it in there. As far as durability, so far we checked the suitcase in one time on our flight from Los Angeles to Tokyo. We had it on the medium setting. It didn't look a whole lot bigger than our carry-on sized suitcases that we also checked in along with it. It did survive being checked. It got a couple scratches. There's some scratches here, a little bit of staining on it here, but structurally it held up just fine. It's made with a mixture of materials with both an aluminum frame and a polycarbonate shell. Inside, the structure is also aluminum here. On the smallest setting, I can pack the clothes that George and I packed for our winter trip to Hokkaido, Japan. This side is much deeper and this is shallower, so when you lay it down, it doesn't stay quite flat. It's sort of wobbly here. That's because they put the telescopic handle right in the center, so the suitcase itself doesn't open directly in the center. One thing I like about this really wide handle with the bars running here is you get a completely flat surface to pack on here and here as well. You don't have those ridges running down that many suitcases have when they have the narrower handle. So I do like that. However, you do have these bars on the side and also kind of this lip here where you can pack things under. I'm going to start on this deeper side, and I'll start by putting this Eagle Creek packing cube of socks and boxers and tucked under there nicely. And then next I have a medium Peak Design compression packing cube. This has snow pants for both George and I, as well as our mittens. In this scenario, we have our puffy jackets packed separately, pajamas packed separately, and we'd be wearing one outfit on travel day. Then these 3 packing cubes have my winter travel wardrobe. I already did a separate video where I showed my outfits that I packed. I can fit these 3 across here. I have a pair of George's pants, the pair that he's not wearing on travel day. This tripped compression packing cube has his 3 sweaters in it. Then I have a small Peak Design compression packing cube, and that has his shirts as well as his beanie, balaclava, and this bag just has my socks in it. I can kind of shove that in right there. The suitcase comes with a panel for either side that they refer to as adjustable dividers. They're not quite compression boards in the sense that I would like. You can adjust them tighter, but they don't super compress down the items. So each side you can snap on. I understand that they had to come up with some sort of design that was adjustable, since the suitcase can be on small, medium, and large. So these straps under here, you can loosen. So if you had this on one of the larger settings, you can keep loosening this up, up, up. But for here, I'm gonna try to tighten it up as much as I can by pulling on those straps. Again, it helps a little bit, but it's not like a super good compression really pushing it down. And then these little tabs I need to make sure are tucked into the suitcase and make sure the straps also are not dangling out. And then I'll go ahead and clip this one in on this side. This is not my favorite feature. I wish I could come up with something else that could still be adjustable, but this may be more streamlined and not so clunky. One option would be to not even use it on this side, because really it's needed on this side when you're going to swing this over. I'm going to empty everything out real quick so I can adjust it to the medium size setting and show you how much extra space I have for bringing souvenirs home. Now that it's on the medium setting, you can see how we have extra space down here on this side and extra space down here as well. I still packed the items up towards the top since I really like how this fits under this bar here. And then if I have any heavier type souvenirs, those would sit at the base of the suitcase. This is how it looks on the largest setting. There's plenty of room for souvenirs. In this scenario, what I would actually do is pack all of our clothes on just one side of the suitcase, and that would allow the whole other side of the suitcase to be used for souvenirs. So let me move these items over. In this large setting, I can fit the winter travel wardrobes for myself and my husband all just on the one side, and then I can add in this divider board on the larger setting. It has clips here to clip it in. Now let's talk about some areas where the suitcase could use some improvement. The suitcase doesn't have a grab handle on the top or on the sides like is common with most suitcases. Instead, what it has is a divot here and then also what they call an invisible handle on this side. So this can be used if you want to lift up the suitcase into the overhead bin on the airplane. It means that there isn't really anywhere to attach a permanent luggage tag, and the ones that they put on at the airport, we just raise the handle a bit like this so they can go ahead and put the sticker type tag on there, and then this can be pushed down again. Also doesn't give a whole lot of places for the luggage handler to grab it. So I think it would be nice if they added a grab handle on this side and then just made it come out no farther than the TSA lock comes, and then it wouldn't add any additional width to the suitcase. If you need to carry it up the stairs or something, I always use it just on the shortest setting, and then that's easy for me to carry it in that position. Because this has such a wide handle on it, it doesn't work to slide many personal item bags down on top here. I really like to do that with my carry-on to pair my personal item on top. However, when we're in our hotel or Airbnb, I do like using this bar to hang something like my jacket or sweater over. We are currently using this VELO suitcase while traveling in Japan, and I plan to bring it with me again on future Japan trips. My one caveat or caution here is that if you're looking for a suitcase to use as a carry-on bag, double check the size and weight restrictions for your airline to see if this is going to actually qualify as a carry-on. I do think it makes an excellent checked suitcase for Japan travel. I love how it can give you so much more capacity, so you can start off your trip packing just the necessities like clothes, and then as you go and as you shop, you can expand it to exactly the size you need, bringing home everything you want to with you at the end of your trip, without having to buy a whole new suitcase. If you'd like to see more details or to order the VELO 3-in-1 suitcase, I will leave my affiliate link in the description box below. As always, we truly appreciate the commissions we earn when you shop through our affiliate links. Now you may want to watch our full playlist on traveling with luggage in Japan. We covered bringing luggage with you onto transportation, such as trains, buses, and airplanes, how to store your luggage, short or long term, and how you can travel hands-free in Japan by forwarding your luggage to your next destination. Please subscribe for more travel tips and inspiration.